All right. I know what has happened to you in the first 2 months of this year. Maybe you've had a little frustration. Maybe you live in the north and you get a little tired of all the cold. Maybe your football team didn't win and you put huge bets on the Kansas City Chiefs. I don't know what the struggles have been for the first 2 months of the year, but here's what I know. The winter of your discontent is over because it is almost March, and we do something every year in March that makes life a lot better. And every year we change it up a little bit. We make it a little special. We make it a little different. And this year it's simple. And let me tell you, it's spectacular. But I'm not the man that's going to tell you that. The man on the right-hand side of the screen in Glenwood Springs, Colorado, that is the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Danny Shard. Danny, are you ready to launch something that is pretty grand? Are you ready?
It's my favorite time of year. I mean, most people get excited about Christmas and summer vacations. I mean, this is what we sales directors are nerds, what we nerd out about. So I'm pumped. This is a huge day.
I am excited. I'm ready to make the announcement. But we're gonna do a little prep. We're going to do a little tease. First, I am watching the chat. In fact, let me bring this over to my main screen so I can watch it. And I want to do this. We did this a couple days ago, or like a week ago, when Kai Shu suddenly jumped in and decided when we were highlighting hot sauce. Sorry, I can't talk. I'm so excited. I just got to get it out. We were highlighting hot sauce, and he said, hey, I'm going to announce the new product right there. And we did some guesses. So, Danny, over the next 2 minutes, I want everybody to put some guesses in. What do they think we're going to announce? I'm going to let it. Don't just make it that we're going to announce March Madness or Madness of March, as we call it, when we don't want to get the letter from the NCAA telling us to cease and desist. And I'm probably by saying March Madness, maybe I just did that. We'll find out. But we call it our Madness in March. It is lots of fun. But what are we going to announce today? What's going to be the big But let's start with already an announcement that we announced on February 10th that goes through May 10th. Danny, I want you to highlight what's going on that's going to continue going on through the month of March. It's not what we're announcing. The new peak bonuses. Can you describe it for us?
It's huge, yes. I mean, this is the bonus changes has been really massive for everybody. So it was always a mixture, right? 300 for any deal on EPX, 600 for Pay Anywhere. So we'd really highlight the Pay Anywhere and the $600 bonus, and partners would really take advantage of it. But let's be honest, it's just not a perfect fit for every type of merchant, which is why we've got the POS Pros, which is why we've got everything else that we offer. And you'd earn a little bit less for that. Not anymore, right? So $600, 14x up to 10,000 on every deal, regardless if it's Pay Anywhere or anything else. So throw the deal on EPX, you're going to get 600 up front. And that's been massive for the last, what's it been, made almost 30 days now, 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
Yep. What I've noticed is people are jumping in. I've seen more because I get tagged when we ship out a Valor or when we ship out a Deja Vu, which are things that we're getting the 300 and we're capped at, they were just small little bonuses capped at 5,000. And now they're getting the 614X and they're getting the cap at 10,000. It's a huge difference. We're seeing more of those shipments going out. We're seeing more. The hot sauce and the quick and the cluster and all the POS, we're seeing people jump in and do that. It's a fun time of year, and it's only till May 10th. But the more you use it, sometime maybe we can convince Danny and the rest of the sales team maybe to extend it. We'll see. It's all about making go. All right, so we got a few guesses. A new loyalty rewards program for Pay Anywhere. Nick is saying, Nick, great guess. Not going to happen today. Sorry. But we will throw back Jason Lee and everybody's saying hi over there. Jeff Zarrett. Jeff, when you label yourself Jeff Zarrett comedian on your label there, I'm just going to say might need to do that. You're getting close. You have one thing that may be off there. Jen Sales is let the madness begin. And this is my favorite thing about our little thing. When they give us, the emojis don't translate over to our system. So it's the finger number 1. What finger was it, though, Jen, that you were giving to us there? I don't know. So I'm not even going to put that up on the screen, but that is funny, Jeff, if you saw that,
Yeah.
Danny.
Yeah, I saw it.
All right.
Thanks, Jeff.
Those who are watching live, No equipment needed. Merchants will have no an implant. I've got to bring that up. Jeff, you should have said this. Sorry, the screen's not big enough here. Let's get that bigger. Uh, no equipment needed. Merchants will have an implant behind their eyes and be able to process cards by looking at them. Man, how did you know, David? I mean, come on. That could very likely be. What's that, man? Danny, you've been working on that in the background, Danny?
I have not. No.
I do
Somebody
like
is.
that
I
Paul
guarantee it.
Kent.
I guarantee you somebody is.
Yeah. Paul Kent started it a little bit, and Vicky Helms jumping in there. Danny makes the shot over his shoulder into the basket. That may be something we need to try. We may need Danny to go back to his counter and make sure there's nothing breakable back there. But he does have a basketball ready, so we may try that later. Jason Horn. This is actually kind of something that may happen. It's in the relationship. That first word, transcend, not coming back. But us doing a meetup and doing a big, we'll talk about that. Yeah, I think you're getting there. Let's see. And Khalil, just thanks for all the emojis. We greatly appreciate that. All right, Danny, are you ready? I don't want to take all day, but I do appreciate that people are chatting with us and interacting in our team. I like it. And by the way, I want to say there are 22 people over at LinkedIn. I can't see their chats without going over there, so I apologize. I can only see YouTube. I'm going to work on a system so I can figure that out, and there's something I can do. But starting yesterday, we started streaming live to YouTube, which would always be my choice because that's a better thing for us as an experience. But if you want to be those who are over in LinkedIn, thanks, welcome. Thanks for watching, whether you're watching live or in replay, both places on YouTube and LinkedIn. We're glad to be both places. Technology is pretty awesome. So welcome to the world out there. Danny Shard, are you ready to bring the basics of what our March Madness promotion is going to be?
Absolutely. Let's fire it up.
All right. So the first thing is we are making this the simplest it's ever been. Okay. We have been doing this since 2016. We've had things where you had to it was a point system. I think I think that may have been 2016, Danny. I don't remember. I think it was the first or second year. I mean, where every deal was a certain amount of points, and then those points could be redeemed for bonus. I don't even remember. It was, I look back at that. It's like your childhood years. You're like, what in the world were we thinking? And why did we make it so freaking complicated? And in years past, we've said only on certain pieces of equipment. And when you do this type of pricing, you get this bonus. When you do this type of pricing, you do this bonus. And we have gone through on an extra bonus. Remember, this is on top of the peak bonuses right now. This is an additional bonus for every merchant you put in on your bonus IDs. The ID, you have to put it on your IDs that are bonus eligible, not your higher splits for those who are using those. These have to be on your bonus IDs. Danny, what's the extra bonus for all merchants that are processing 10,000 or more and on edge pricing? We'll talk about that in a second. There is some pricing regulations because we've got to make money so we can give you money. Let's just be honest. That's how it works. But Danny, what's the bonus for every merchant submitted during the month of March?
Yeah, we've tried to really oversimplify it this year, and I really want to take some credit. Being the salesperson that I am, I try to get as much for you guys as I can. So I think this is my finest work to date. And it's every edge deal doing over 10 grand. So we're not talking about massive merchants here, guys. Just edge deals doing over 10 grand. You're going to get an additional $1,000 a deal. On top of the peak bonuses, right? So like you saw Matt Proctor, counts for POS Pros too. Every deal on EPX is 600 up front with a 14x multiple. Throw it on the Edge program here in the month of March. You're going to get another $1,000, every one of them.
Yep.
So I can't make it easier than that. We've got to have it on Edge just to make it make sense when we're paying all the additional bonuses. But I think you guys can do the math. Those of you that are on an average submitting 3, 5, 10 deals a month, that's some significant extra capital. Those of you submitting more than that, I think you know what to do, right? And what that means for your pocketbook. So I'm expecting Matt Hoskins to pay out a significant amount of money this month, and the beauty of it all is he's excited to do it. So he loves this as much as we do, and giving back to our partners is really what this month is all about. Giving a chance for our partners to make more money than they can anywhere else with these types of incentives and these types of programs. It's what we love to do.
All right, let's go. Okay, so we have several more announcements to go with this. But the first one is, in order to be eligible, you need to activate your bonus structure and be able to do that, because these are manual bonuses. Our team, Billy and his team, work very hard to pay these out manually. Your peak bonuses, a computer program does all that and figures it all out. This we have to do. So we ask for a little bit of help. Number one, we just ask you to do this. And you're going to get an email. I think it goes out at 12:30 Eastern time. But you can also jump. You just have to opt in. And you can opt in by going mypaperprotect.com/March. You can do it right now. It's a simple form. You jump in and you go to mypaperprotect.com/March. That's what you do. Opt in. I'm going to leave that up on the screen for a few seconds. But I'm also going to ask you, if you're watching this on your phone, this will be a little harder. But if you're not watching this on your phone, I'm about to give away some coffee, because I thought these, Danny, shouldn't we give like several of these people some free coffee?
I think so. I think they're
Spot,
going to need to stay awake with all
yeah.
the work they're going to be doing here soon. So,
All right, so to do that, let me do this. I'm going to bring up a QR code and click this button. Here's the QR code. If you scan this QR code right now, quickly grab it. I'm going to leave it up here for about 10 seconds, 15 seconds. And if you scan that QR code, it's going to take you to a form. I'm going to show it to you. And you're going to be able to get a gift card to, I think it's I'm going to look at it because I already forget. I know it's Starbucks, DoorDash. We're just going to give you $10 just to go spend on some coffee. The first 15 people will get that. And maybe we'll expand it a little later. But you got to scan, fill out the quick form. So here's what you're going to do. Hopefully you scan the QR code. I'll bring it up again here in a second. But I'm also going to, go over here. So you're going to go to a form that looks like this. We're using a new software. You're going to see us doing a lot more giveaways here. We haven't got the software all set up. It's called Sendoso, but it gives us an opportunity to give you gifts more and more often and easier, and make it easier for our system to track it and all the accounting that the IRS asks us to do. But we haven't gotten all the forms looking pretty. So that form, when you click in the QR code, just looks like this. Put your name, email, company name. Then you're going to get an email that tells you that you can choose which gift card you want to have. You want a Pete's Coffee, a coffee bean and tea latte, a Starbucks or DoorDash. Just going to do it. It's just a free $10 for you. I know it's only $10, but at least you can get one drink. Unless you're in New York City, and email me, I'll give you an extra $5 so you can get one drink. We'll figure that piece out. But we're just doing this. We just want to do this. Thanks for watching live. So hopefully you've done that. I'll bring the QR code up again in a few seconds just to see if you guys haven't gotten it. Danny, we're going to do another piece of this promotion. Again, the money is simple this year. No, like it's only to this hardware or only an extra. It is every Edge deal doing more than $10,000 a month gets an additional 1,000. I think that's pretty simple. I think that's pretty good. Oh my word. I didn't think to, okay. I do like that. I can tell that you guys are all submitting it, because I muted my phone from getting anything. My watch is like clicking off the thing. It's telling me you guys are getting gift cards. So I'm glad it's working. The system's working. I know it. Thank you guys. All right. So, and I'm taking my watch off because that's annoying, and I'm not even going to look at it. All right. So the other thing is, this year we are going to do a mini conference and do it connected. One of the things that you probably have not noticed. So let's announce this first. We are sponsoring all 4 of the acquiring shows this year, and we're doing booths at all 4 of the acquiring shows. We always have been at the acquiring shows. We haven't done those other 2 things, sponsor and do booths. Our first one's coming up here pretty quickly. We've been advertising that we're going to be booth 16 at NEAA. We're also doing something kind of cool, Danny, and let's highlight this. The day before, Danny and I and Jace Lee and Jenny and Brian, we thought, when we saw the dates for going to Atlantic City and you had to fly into either Philly or New York, we thought, what the heck are we doing? We're going to fly in a day earlier and spend St. Patrick's Day where, Danny?
in New York, probably at McSorley's, I'm thinking, but we'll probably be at a few Irish pubs around the New York area, and no better place to spend St. Patty's Day than New York.
Yep. Well, and I'll pull that up I'll bring both of us up on the screen, and I'm going to pull the site up. Sorry, it takes me a second on the other side here. I should have done it ahead of time. All right. Vamping. Okay. I'm not working. If you go to papertech.com/event, I believe it gets it. Josh, can you put that in chat? I forget what the domain is that goes to it, but you can log right in and do St. Patrick's Day, and you can just tell us you're coming, because we would love to have you. But we're going to NEAA. The next acquiring show is going to be SEAA. and it's going to be in a pretty cool place. It is at right on the Disney property. It's at the JW Marriott by Bonnet Creek in Orlando, Florida, from June 2nd to 4th. And on the 4th, we are going to do a special Papertech Day from 11 to 4, just where we're going to highlight some of our partners. We're going to do a little bit of training. So somebody guessed we're going to bring Transcend back. We're kind of doing that, and we're encouraging. And here's our goal: we want you to come and be part of our experience. Meet not all of our staff. We can't bring all of our staff, but a good portion of our staff are going to be there. We're going to have a booth there, and we are the first time. If you come in and stay at the JW Marriott, we're actually sponsoring the first drink is on us. And when you check into the hotel, I'm very proud of this. This all worked out. We are sponsoring the first drink anyone comes to SEAA. And so we're looking forward to that. We're wanting people and shouting it from the mountaintops. Papertech is an awesome place to work with. We have the best partners in the world, and we're going to do a meetup in Orlando. And as part of our Madness of March promotion, for every 5 deals you submit, and all they have to do is be an edge deal at, you tell us that they're going to do more than 10,000. On this one, we're not going to verify, and they have to be approved. For every 5 approved merchants in March, every Friday, we're going to do a drawing, and we're giving away free trips to Orlando to come hang out with us. That's going to include 3 nights in Orlando and your flights for 2 people. So that's going to be a pretty cool thing. So get submitting those deals. That first drawing is going to be next Friday, the 7th, right here on our YouTube channel. We'll send out a link. That'll be the best one to get in. If you can get several deals in, that, those who get 5 deals, 10 deals, 15 deals, as we get longer in the month and the Fridays, there'll be more entries and you'll have less chances. So get those first 5 and first 10 in this week. And how awesome will that be? We could pay and have you come and hanging out with us. And if you can't get to Orlando, we may be able to negotiate it coming to some of our other events, but we're really highlighting because we're doing a Papertech only event as part of the SCAA in Orlando, Florida. And Danny, Orlando's not a bad place to hang out. In early June, it'll be a little warm, but it won't be July, August warm yet. It'll be about right, I think.
It's going to be a ton of fun. And Jason had mentioned Transcend. For those of you who have partnered with us for a while, Transcend was a conference that we did for all of our partners, and it was a ton of fun. Then COVID hit, and kind of got away from it. And this has always been Papertech's opportunity to get close with our partners. Is we go to the trade shows, and we always do a really cool event. But doing the booths and things like that, Nate said we hadn't done them. We did them a couple times, but it was like 10 years ago, and we saw more success investing that money in you guys and having a party, having an event somewhere, and just doing get-togethers. We bring in a lot of our POS vendors to kind of co-host with us and kind of head it up with. But all these events have always been a ton of fun. But you're going to see us at the shows tenfold this year. So coming to hang out with us at these events, but then also hang out with us at the show, see what's new. I mean, these shows are really, really good nowadays. They're packed with information, a lot of breakout sessions on a lot of different topics. Now more than ever, understanding compliance for like dual pricing and e-commerce. A lot of things have changed in our world or continue to evolve, and it's important for all of us to stay up to date. We try to do that for you, but if you can attend some of these shows, I think it'd be beneficial, and you're going to see a lot of us at each one of them.
Yep. I can't wait to meet up with more and more of our partners. We've always done dinners. We've done events. We've had some great last year. I think some of our fun events, we did the casino crawl in Vegas as part of WSAA. We did a ghost tour, which had several of our partners show up to. The ghost tour wasn't as good as I'd hoped, but it was a good idea. We just got a bad ghost tour guide in New Orleans last year. We did the huge mansion at WSAA 2 years ago in Carlsbad. We've had great events, and we're going to continue to do things like that. But we're also we want our partners to come hang out with us and help us other people understand how great it is to work with Papertech, because the more we grow in a controlled way with the right partners in the right community, the more we can continue to invest in things like giving you an extra $1,000 for every merchant doing more than 10,000 and doing edge pricing. Life is pretty good. That's 90 plus, I forget what the exact number was. It's 3 or 4% of our deals are edge deals, Danny. I forget the exact number, but it's a huge percentage. And that means what you submitted 2 weeks ago, thank you. We're very thankful you did that. What you submit tomorrow, going through the end of March, and it's qualifies and can verifiable over $10,000. So I'll walk you through that in a second. We're going to give you an extra grand. And all you have to do is go to mypapertech.com/March. You're going to see this simple form, and that opt-in starts it. When you get that opt-in, it's going to shoot you an email immediately with a link. Those are how you tell us when your merchant activates. And that helps us be able to pay your bonuses as soon as that merchant activates, because it's paid on activation, and it's paid when they process $10,000, or if you give us a statement that they process more than $10,000 in the last 3 months, we'll also use that and pay the bonus as soon as they activate. That means a minimum of 300. If you don't have a statement for them, we'll wait until they process that $10,000, and then we'll pay that extra manual bonus. So that's how it's going to work, which means you're going to get an activation bonus of $1,600. Plus, you're entering yourself into a trip down to Orlando. That's, just by putting one account in, that's pretty good money, Danny, right?
It's not bad, and shout out to Billy West. He's really kind of the mastermind behind all of this, and Paul Kent right there with him. These guys. I know Paul's name should not be mentioned, but it will be mentioned multiple times. So give him a shout, shoot him an email. He loves to hear from all of you.
Yep.
But these guys, they really are the masterminds behind a lot of this, and they have to do a lot of the extra work with the payments. And like Nate was talking about, submitting those statements kind of really just help us pay you quicker. Our entire goal with this is to get you paid fast, right? So if we can get you an extra $1,000 and do it in 3 days as opposed to waiting for the merchant to process the 10 grand, let's send some statements in. So it's not a ton of extra work to get some extra money, but it's going to make these guys' job a lot easier. And these are the guys that I had to convince. Nate and I both had to convince. I didn't realize it, but last year the max bonus, we had bonuses kind of all over the place, but just for the same type of deal, the bonus last year for March was $500. So we're doubling the bonuses. So say you submitted 10 deals last year, you got 5 grand, right? This year you're getting 10 grand on top of the peak bonuses. So I couldn't be more excited about it. It's real money, and it's something that you got to take advantage of. And if you're unsure, if you need some help, we got a ton of people here to help you. Reach out, let us help you close more deals so we can maximize March here.
Love it. All right, we will take questions, and I've been watching the chat, and hopefully, thank you for being active in our chat, and our partners are in there interacting, or a lot of our staff are in there interacting. And if you're watching this afterwards, you can always email us at Partners of Paper Tech. But I wanted to highlight this one. Let me bring it down so everybody can see it. This is a really cool one. Can we do partner of the month sort of things? How can we see how our partners are doing so that we can learn from one another? Well, I love that idea. There's lots of things we're doing, but I love that I'm going to announce that I wasn't planning to announce till Monday. We're launching a new show. Jason Lee Cook, who's in the chat room, is going to be, we've already recorded the first episode, and we're calling the show Grit. And what that is, it's long form interviews with partners, all like yourselves. Our first one already is recorded. It's going to come out next week. We're going to put the trailer out on Monday and the show out on Tuesday is the plan. And now I'm committing myself to it because I've got to get the editing done. So I just committed myself to a late night this weekend to make sure it all works out. But I'm excited because I love you're asking that. And the idea of the show is everybody telling their story, what's being effective, what things are working, how they got an emergency search so we can learn from them. We're going to start with 2 a month, but we can get to more of that. So if you are someone who's interested in telling your story and being part of that, email myself or Jason Lee, and we will work through that. We already have this first several scheduled. So it would be probably March or end of March, April, May, as we've already kind of lined out the first several, and we're trying to tell several stories of different types of partners. And then I like we're going to work. I have some other ideas for later in the year to be able to build that. And like I like to refer, we own the domain. This is actually going to be hosted at this domain at paymentpreneurs.com. Those who are building their legacy, building their their business as paymentpreneurs. They're not just entrepreneurs, they're paymentpreneurs. And we're going to be building communities around that to be able to help each other grow and learn. And we're starting with that first show called Grit. Can't wait that. Thank you, Khalil, for that idea. And we are going to ride next week. You didn't even know that. Danny, let's talk about this one. A question they're asking is a true up at the 4th month slot. There's less than $1,600. I'm assuming we're on the hook. Okay, so let's explain the liability on the 1,000, and does it do a countdown on the true up when we give the extra 1,000?
It does not. So the bonus is in addition to everything else, right? So the true up, how the true up works is you've got 600 up front. We're going to take the first month's revenue that we earn, multiply it by 14, right? That whatever minus 600 over that is what you're going to get paid. In this case, we're actually giving you 1,000, so you're getting 1,600. The 1,000 is separate and on top of everything else. So the bonus or the true up bonus is still going to be based on the 600. It's not going to be based on the 1,600.
Yep.
And yeah, there's liability. Liability is always on our peak bonuses, so that doesn't change.
So, the only way bonuses work for us when we're giving you this much money is that merchant processes with us. If they quit after 3 months, we're holding the bag, and that's not a good business decision for us. So understand that's how it works, and we'll work together to all submit good business. That's just how the things work. Let's see. I do appreciate this. Paul Kent, I think the most active in chat, and Matt Proctor, who, if you haven't been watching on POS Uncensored, is trying to do a Paul Kent impersonation with his mohawk. I don't know what's going on. How is in the world in our small little world of Paprotech, we have 2 people that are growing mohawks, Danny. I think they're trying to influence you. Will you be next?
Is Matt growing a mohawk?
Telling that this is obviously spoken for a man that's too busy to watch our wonderful POS Uncensored episodes. Oh yeah, it's getting 2 inches. It's legit. You'll see him live in here in 3 weeks.
Oh my gosh, I haven't seen him in a while. Okay,
All right.
well, I will not be joining that club. You know, there's certain things that I can pull off, and as Matt Hoskins always likes to remind me, having hair is not one of them. So the last time I had hair, he, I think he still laughs about it. So yep. I'll stay a buzz cut. Fits my head shape.
All right. I think we've covered everything. I am going to do this. Let me bring my QR code up one more time, and I am going to try to honor as many of these. I have no idea. I took my watch off. A lot of you didn't. If you're just joining us, I know several people jumped in. Scan this QR code, get a free $10 coffee on us. You fill out the form. We send you an email. You choose between the 4 gift cards, and boom, it already works. We want to be celebrating. We're going to do more of this on our live. So when you join us live, this QR code does not work if you're watching this in replay. Sorry. It is going to be turned off as soon as we go off on live, and I'm going to turn it off. But that benefits for joining us live and being part of this community and being here, whether you're on LinkedIn or YouTube. Danny, we got a couple of questions. Newbie here. Can a merchant be below the 3.85 on dual pricing to qualify? And the answer is, Danny?
Yes, they can. And actually, Jason Lee Cook is on it. I see she replied right below that. So, the 385 or that you're referring to there, Jeffrey, that's kind of our max on edge, right, at 4%. And the 38461 is the offset to make it a perfect offset. But you can go as low as 338, which would be a 3.5 offset to the merchant, or to the cardholder. I mean, so that way we can still be flexible with this, but you've got to at least be at the 3.38 flat rate or on the Edge program where we're offsetting it to qualify for the bonus.
Awesome. So I always want I'll unless we have a last second question, I'll bring up I think this is Hunter Kincaid, up early mornings there. Thank you, Danny and Nate. You guys, first of all, you're that guy apparently, but you have good ideas and good taste that you say we're the best. I appreciate that. And we are excited to get into March. So this all starts tomorrow morning, March 1st. You understand we launched this late. We know that you probably, if you were submitting a deal in the next 12 hours, are probably going to wait till tomorrow. And let me say, good job. That's a good business decision. That's also why we don't wait to announce this. And the emails will be going out now. And we'll be even doing more promotion on Monday, telling you about where since March starts on a Saturday this year. But you now have 30 days to get all these in and maximize your portfolio, maximize your business. And Danny, as we close out this day, I got a little beat for us just to play in the background. I realized I had you on the screen, not me. I was talking and had you on. You should have just moved your mouse so you could go on when I was talking.
All right.
But close us out. As we close out, we're in March Madness. As everybody's getting ready, Michigan won a buzzer beater last night against Rutgers. They came down and tried to take us out, and doggone it, we're going to be a number 2 seed and we're going all the way as we get into the NCAA and we're getting celebrated, and doggone it, we're going to have hundreds of our partners making an extra $1,000. And Danny Shard, what's the hype that you say to our partners as we get started for the madness of March 2025?
I don't know if I can hype it any better than what you just did. I mean, that was impressive to say the least. I mean, this is an exciting time of year, guys, and March 1st is tomorrow, right? So don't wait until Monday to get going with this. Start tomorrow. You know, close as many deals as you possibly can. Take advantage. Make as much money this month as you can because we're excited to give it away. We're excited for you guys in this opportunity, and just let us help you. Anything you need, we're here. Hopefully, I can make a shot to close this out. Air ball.
Oh, that would have been so cool. So cool. There would have been an extra bonus, but he didn't make it. Sorry. Sorry, guys. He didn't make it. Saving some money, Paul Kent. Thank you guys for watching. This has been awesome. Thanks for joining us live. Thanks who are watching afterwards. Make sure that you start getting that business in. We'll be talking to you all March. We'll have our first drawing live on this YouTube and LinkedIn's next Friday. We'll be talking about this on all of our lives the next couple of weeks. And Brit launches next week as we continue to share how we can help each other and learn from each other's stories. Thank you, Danny Shard. Thank you, Billy West, Paul Kent, Josh Brown, others who have helped put this together. Thank you, Jason Leifer, and the others, Jen, all that were chatting. Mike Stetzel, I saw was in there. Why did I start naming names? Because now I'm going to miss someone. Thank you, everybody. We're so glad to launch March 2025. Can you believe it? It's here. Screw the rest of the earlier part of the year. Let's go. We're all moving forward. Let's go. Let's make March the biggest March ever. We've done that several years in a row. Appreciate it, guys. Bye, everybody.
Thanks, everybody. Good luck.